Hey everyone, let's get into AP Human Geography 3.2 Cultural Landscape. Cultural Landscape, this is my favorite lesson so far in AP Human Geography. I really have fun putting this together and learning about this, studying AP Human Geography. So let's get into this. So, what is cultural landscape? The geographic area created by the physical environment and human development. So the relationship between the environment that's physically there and the environment that humans create to this. Cultural landscape could create a sense of place, basically your perception of an area, what makes your home home, what makes an area awesome, what makes an area feel crowded. That can be different from person to person. That's a sense of place. We're not going to get into sense of place just yet in Unit 3. Now, physical environment plus what human factors? We have religion, agricultural and industrial practices. How much farming is there? How much roads or buildings is there? Linguistic characteristics. I cannot speak today. What language is spoken there? What will you see on the signs, the billboards? What will you hear from the people? And then sequent occupancy. How much people are there in an area? These all determine the cultural landscape along with the physical environment. So let's examine 3 cultural landscapes. So here's the first one. I'm going to put the place up in just a second, but I want you to take some time to analyze the area. What do you think we're in? What type of country are you in? What type of people are here? What creates this cultural landscape? So I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think about that. Pause the video if you need more time. Alright, so we're actually in Saudi Arabia. We're in a kind of developed country. As you can see, we have some buildings in the background. So we're thinking, okay, we're in a city, and cities are kind of in developed country. And Saudi Arabia isn't a kind of developed country. Now, there's a lot of people here, so it's pretty densely populated. Now, there's some people here, you probably can't see this, you might be able to, but people have umbrellas. So umbrellas. Now you see in the sky there are clouds, but it doesn't look like it's raining. So that might give you the perception that the place is hot, because umbrellas apparently people have them when it's hot. I've never done that, so I don't know if it really does help. But the umbrellas are different colors. Now the umbrellas used at this event is for tracking device. So some umbrellas may have a GPS system in them, but others you may see, okay, yellow umbrella. You have a yellow umbrella. That's how I can find you. I can see more yellow than others, but there are probably some colors. I can see some cyan that may be able to help you find other people's. Like, oh yeah, I have the cyan umbrella. So that can be used for tracking other people. Kind of helps within the densely populated region. So we can see it with the sky that there's no clouds. Doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime soon. So it looks pretty hot. No snow anywhere, so you can assume this is probably around the summertime. And you can see the clothes. If you can see the clothes, this might help you give an idea of where the area is or what they're doing at this event. You can see the clothes are all probably wearing these black or white cloaks or robes, however you want to say them. A lot of them are wearing hats. So this looks like a religious ritual or event that they are attending, which may make the area a religious place. The religion is unknown from just the image, but you can kind of get to tell that a lot of people are involved in this event or religion that is taking part here. Okay, so that was a good analyzation of cultural landscape. Let's get into another spot. This one you probably be able to tell where this is a little more easier, but I still want you to examine the cultural landscape. Alright, here we go. So you can tell by the United States flag that we're most likely in United States or United States territory. We're in the United States, as you can tell, because there's mountains, and I can't think of any United States territory where there are just such beautiful mountains like the one in this image. This is a really good taken photo. As you can see, there is farmland. There's a person. You probably can't see them, but it looks like there's a person in this tractor. I don't know if that's the right word for it. I'm not a farming expert. But as you can see, there is just like a tractor, I guess. That's what I'm going to call it. Now, there is barbed wire fencing. So this is separating someone's property. And I can't see any other fencing by the mountain or on the side. So this gives me the impression that this area of land is big and is used for, of course, farming. We can see the soil is going to be for use for farming. So this kind of gives me the perception of Western United States. Of course, we have the mountains. Eastern United States, around those mountains, there are a bunch of cities, and I can't see a skyscraper in sight. So this is probably going to be Western United States, and it looks like just a quiet town. There's no clouds, so this can kind of give you a perception that there's not much rain. However, there is snow on that mountain. So there should be rain coming around every so often. Now, there's no clouds protecting the sun, so it can be pretty hot. And of course, if there's no rain, there could be some dryness in the season. Western United States has desert around, so that could make it very dry. However, the snow in this image kind of gives me the perception that there will be rain every so often, which will help farming. If there was no rain, then farming wouldn't be that possible. I'm getting a little off track here. Uh, now, there's not much housing in this image. I see some roads, but not much housing. So this property or area belongs to maybe a few people, and few people reside in this area. I don't see a town either, so it doesn't look like, a small, like a not like a small zone community. I forgot what that region, like a small formal region. It looks like kind of a larger one. This is actually in Montana for the specifics. So you can kind of see, okay, Montana, not much people live there. The formal regions are going to be bigger because farmland is bigger, and Montana has a lot of farming. Alright, let's get into the last cultural landscape. Hopefully I don't get so off track with this one. This one is probably going to be the easiest one yet. Alright, I hope you took the time to look into this cultural landscape. Now, this is in China. You can tell by the Chinese flags across the what's it called, the walkway. You can also see a bunch of Chinese people as well. Now, Chinese people, Chinese flags won't always implement. Okay, they could be in like a Chinatown like San Francisco or New York City. Now, the one thing that I think would give it away that it's China is that people are walking. There's no cars around. Chinatown, at least from the pictures I've seen in San Francisco and New York City, there are cars around, and there's a lot of mix between ethnicities. I see basically all Chinese. So I don't see any other ethnicity, and that leads me to believe that this is China. And this picture is from China. You can see the Chinese signs. You can see an American restaurant, McDonald's. That might lead you to a Chinatown. However, McDonald's is franchised all around the world now. Now we're in a city, so the place is developed. No one looks to be the clothes the people are wearing appears to be diverse, and you can see that there's an equal group of men and women. So there's probably not much gender inequality here, at least that we can be determined from this image. Alright, that's a wrap up. We learned about culture landscapes, and we analyzed and made conclusions using cultural landscapes. So let's complete the scale check in the description below. It's a free response question. Do it. It'll help you, please.